You really see the change in defensive tempo when you went to the zone defense in the second quarter and the fourth. Was that to keep your guys sort of energetic and involved and moving around a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I just think we had a tough run there. I mean, we had some really good stretches of defense, and then we ran into a little tough run there, and just trying to find something to get them out of the kind of they were really rolling, and they were really getting to the rim a lot, I thought, and we you know how that goes. We go to it and have a little success, and it ends up sticking for a long time. And I thought it slowed them down a little bit as well. Just they were getting some transition buckets on us even after we scored sometimes. So we were just trying to get something set up to make them play a little bit more in the half court. Pretty good job with it.
Overall, you guys seem more energetic for longer stretches tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think the loose balls and the offensive rebounds and stuff are a good sign of that. I just think we really needed to play with that kind of we have to, right? We got to win the 50-50 balls, and we got to get on the glass to get some extra possessions and things like that. And I thought we did that all night, coming up with loose balls, a lot of deflections. Seemed like tipped a lot of passes, made a lot of passes, not quite on target because of our high hands and things like that.
Does it feel like Chris is sort of figuring things out now? He's running more.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was good tonight. I thought for sure he was. He had a little bit of everything going tonight. He got some at the basket, hit a three. It's always been a big part of his game. He's struggled this year, so it was good to see him hit one of those. Hit a couple other ones, but he was solid, I think, for the most part. Yeah.
You mentioned the offensive rebounds. I guess there's a lot of them to get when teams are shooting 35%. Scotty had 15. How big was he on the board tonight, especially that last one there that led to the Gary three?
Yeah, he was really big on the boards. It seems like we had a lot more than 12 to me. I think at halftime they had us down for 5, and I can remember 3 in one possession, but it sure seemed like we had a lot more than that. But yeah, and the other good part of that to me is it seemed like we just missed a bunch of other ones. So that that's kind of the deal. You put the heat on them to make every defensive rebound fairly difficult. You're going to get your share of them that way. But yeah, he was good. Scotty was talking about it a lot. He kept saying we should have crashed on those last 2 possessions. We could have got those too, late in the game, and then he ended up continuing to crash himself. So it was good.
He also had that pass in the third quarter to Fred from right underneath the basket for 3. Almost looked like it went through a few guys. Do you have those moments a few times a game where you see something that he does like that? The vision, it's almost like where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think that's a really unique, thing that not a lot of guys have. That kind, and I think he sees it all. He'll hit cutters, kind of he's upstanding, and then he'll maybe fake the cutter and hit out. He sees a lot, which is good. I still want him to take it to the rim more, because I think once he starts doing that passing it'll be even more enhanced.
When he gets into the paint and he bodies a guy,
Yep.
He does have a great awareness of where the basket is. Is that
Yep.
just a natural ability?
Yeah, I'd tell you this. I like that he's taking those deeper and deeper. Right, he seems to have 2 or 3 or 4 attempts right at the front of the rim, and he just forces his way down there and uses his length. But he does also surprise you sometimes with a a turnaround one or one kind of off bound, but he's not even looking. Like you say, he's like totally the other way, and all of a sudden he turns and it's in sometimes, which is good. It's just a good feel, I guess.
I think Pascal was struggling to shooting the ball, but defensively, is that about as good a job as you can do on Randall, especially the post-ups?
Yeah, he fought him hard, I thought, and it's too bad. I thought Pascal really had a lot of really good looks. He was getting himself to great spots, and I didn't know he was struggling quite that much with the final numbers there, but again, I think he still made a few plays, great on the glass, and I thought he had one huge kick over or swing to Fred there that got Fred a 3 too. So he was getting good shots. It's not like it wasn't like he was throwing up, tough shots. He was getting to good spots, and just one of those nights for him not quite knocking them down, but thought he played a really good game. It's another example. He goes 3 for, what is that, 18, and played a really good game.
Do you have anything nice to say about the bench?
Do I have anything nice to say about the bench? Let me see here. I really like Svi bouncing back, right? Kind of a couple things. I thought he fired early and didn't shy away from continuing to fire. Kind of mentioned at half. Love that kind of mentality. You'll probably make some this half, and he did. Made a couple really big plays, I thought, to keep us going. Yuta played good, but didn't seize his opportunities. But I still think he was good. And I give Malachi some credit. He came in and not much there, but 5 minutes of decent basketball and got us some good plays and drew a nice foul there along there. So he's good. We needed it. It was it was time to give him a chance there in fourth quarter. Tough moment to sit there all night and enter at the start of the fourth quarter, and he handled it well. Is that enough?
Okay. More than I thought.
Okay, good. And Justin was solid. Don't forget Justin. Just good, solid, hard player, doesn't make mistakes, and goes out there and plays hard.
I'm guessing late game offense isn't, the thing you're drilling practice after practice, or isn't at the top of your worry list. But what did you think about how you finished the game when it really, really slowed down?
Well, okay, Eric. I think the main thing is we for the most part got shots. I thought Gary had a tough little pushing call. That was the only turnover, right? We had a beautiful side screen and roll hit Pascal. Scotty cutting down the lane. That was good, kind of opportunistic basketball. And we executed, other than that offensive foul, we executed what we were trying to, right? We were calling some things and getting guys in certain areas, and we were executing it. I don't think we made all the shots, but we were doing what we were supposed to be doing.
You're looking for good stuff to show the guys. I mean, that's defensive sequence. The last night, I think you had to play 3 possessions in one, but it seems like every time there's 2 guys on the ball, maybe 3, 2 guys on the floor if necessary. I guess that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you can throw in 1 or 2 more after that one too. They're right. There was had to get a stop in transition. Got lucky there. They missed it, but we got a stop to end it. You're right, out of bounds, stop. But it was there was a couple before that too, Michael, where they were awesome and they just made a tough shot at the end too. But you're right. It was good connectivity from being in, getting out, guy driving back in, kicking out, being out again, several, and it took everybody in some of those possessions, and it looked like all the guys were moving in sync and stood in there pretty good, I thought, at the rim, too, at the end.
I think you mentioned connectivity there. When Pascal and Scotty are defending like that, Fred's able to come over and help and poke away the ball. How much easier is it for those other 2 guys to just pick their spots and be where they're supposed to be?
Well, I think you mentioned the biggest thing is that Scotty and Pascal stand them up and handle them and get them off the first quick move. And it's not a straight line thing. It's hard to guard when they're right by you. Get them kind of out of their first move, get them out of rhythm, and then that gave us a chance to bluff some help, send some help, swarm some help sometimes. So yeah, it all starts with the first guy usually sitting down and taking the hits, taking the quick movement, and then the other guys shrinking down on them a little bit.